Okay, this is the lima bean experiment and with narration. Okay, so right now what you're seeing me do is that I have my lima beans, these large lima beans I got at the store. Okay, I'm just going to speed it up a little bit. Basically, I'm putting in 20 lima beans in the bowl. I don't want them sticking to each other, so I'm just separating them all. I'm just going to soak them for a few hours in water. Okay, now I'm taking them out of the bowl after 3 hours. Just placing them on a napkin here to drain out the excess water. And I'll put a dry napkin on top. They don't need to be perfectly dry, but they should just basically not have excess water on them. This way they have opened up a little bit and softened up a little bit to get started here. And now you'll see the bags, and inside the bags I've placed a dry napkin, and I made the napkin super flat, making sure it just fits inside. Just trying to increase the speed here of this one. Well, that's it. So you can see the situation where these are the 4 and I label them with a marker, or you could take a piece of tape and mark them as set 1, meaning control, meaning it won't have any independent variable with it. This is set 2 with 1 spoon of salt in water, salt solution. Set 3, 2 spoons of salt in water, salt solution. And set 4, no salt with shade, meaning that you're covering up the place where the seeds are being placed inside the bag. Okay, so just taking a look now of these bags with the napkin inside. Speeding it up a little bit. And I'm just going to place the seeds now in the bags. Here's set number 1, control. These have been, of course, the seeds that were soaked. Okay, so that one's done, that video. Okay, now you see that I've already placed the 5 seeds in the first bag. Control, now you'll see me putting them into this. Now this is not, there's no liquid now in these bags. No liquid has been added to them. I'm just adding in the seeds. And make sure that they don't overlap each other, the seeds, that they're lined up like little soldiers at the bottom on the napkin. And maintain that place. Make sure that when you add the liquid to it, they don't move around and bunch up together, because then they'll start getting bad. They need to be separated and kept separate. Trying to make sure you have a mold-free experience here, although it's really tough to avoid that. You just have to do the best you can. As soon as you see any kind of mold forming, like green or black spots or anything, you got to throw away the bag. And you can either then go ahead and start again, which, you probably would want to, and then see how it goes. But keep a good eye on anything that you see, like black spots or green spots, or, it's going to get a little slimy in there. But, and of course, if you open the bag at any time and it smells really bad, throw it out. Now I've sealed it just to the end where I kept it open for the liquid to be placed in. Okay, now you can see that I've already added water to this one. And the way I did it was I used a spoon. And I took the spoon and put about 5 spoonfuls of water in the bag, but I only touched the napkin with the spoon. And I just let the water through via capillary action just go and soak up the napkin. Do not leave excess water in the bottom of the bag. Make sure it is only the napkin that's getting the water or the solution, and the seeds are not sitting in water. Okay, right now I'm just preparing the salt solution. So I measured up to 5 centimeters on the glass, the drinking glass, and that's the best we can do, right? So we did it for the gummy bears. I'm opening up the salt shaker to make it easier for me to give myself a level teaspoon of salt, stir it up with the water. Again, I went up 5 centimeters onto the glass container, and I then poured water up to 5 centimeters. Okay, that's my 1 spoon of salt water. You are not just adding directly salt to the bag. You're mixing it first with water, of course. Okay, so this is, again, I'm going to show you how I use the spoon method, the teaspoon method, to add the liquid. So I've made my salt water solution, my 1 spoon of salt and water. Again, do not add salt directly to the bag. It's just going to be, you have to make the solution ahead of time. And as you can see, I'm just dropping it on the napkin and just letting the napkin, letting the water or the salt solution be soaked up by the napkin. And again, property of water, capillary action, and adhesion and cohesion, all that working to get that napkin soaked. Now, as you can see, there's no liquid at the bottom of that bag. Okay. Okay, the next scenario is making the 2 spoons of salt solution. And basically, I just wanted to make sure I started again with 5 centimeters of water. So you didn't see that part, but I remeasured the glass. I went up to 5 centimeters, added some water, and then added another spoon of salt. And, that's fine for our purposes here, that would become 2 spoons of salt in water. So now I'm just soaking up that napkin in that bag. Oh, actually, I think I'm replaying the one that I just showed you. Okay, here we go. Oh, here we go. This is what I was just explaining. See, measuring up to 5 centimeters, add a little bit more water. Okay, add another spoon of salt. Stir that up. And now you're seeing me add it to this 2 spoons of salt napkin. And capillary action, cohesion, adhesion, there it goes. I mean, you might think, oh, this is so simple, it's elementary. That's true, but you can make the most of it. It can get as advanced as you want it to be. If you wanted to add another bag and do 3 spoons of salt or to see how it goes, go right ahead. Okay, now you can see that I thought, well, let's just spice this up a little bit. Let's try another variable. This is going to be to see if it makes a difference if the seeds are like blocked in some way from the sunlight, from the light. So I use masking tape. That's not really the best shade. You might want to use something that you'll see in the video. Okay, let's see. Okay. All right, you didn't see that before, but basically you could, instead of using the masking tape on the bag, you could use like a piece of other plastic that's darker or a piece of black construction paper, something like that you could tape on it. Right now what you're seeing me do is I'm covering the seeds with the other part of the napkin, just folding it over. Again, I don't want it to be too bunchy. I want to be able to see the seeds through the napkin if it's sitting on the window or if it's hanging on the window. Sorry, this is not that professional, this video. I'm just showing you these videos at each slide here. So yeah, so there you go. So you just get it like that. Again, make sure there's no air left in the bag before you seal it. Now, if you can, try to avoid the folding of the napkin as best you can. It's kind of tough, and it can be deceiving when you look at it. It looks like maybe it's a root, but actually it's a fold of the napkin. So I've noticed that when I've been taking pictures. This one's going to be tough. You're really going to need to wait after the 4th day to see what happened here. Or you kind of open it from a distance and look inside and see whether your seeds are germinated or not. Okay, I think that would have been it. Yeah, that's it. Okay, I don't have any more slides on that one. Okay, great.